can talk the talk all day. Scripture on your tongue, confidence in your voice. Big declarations about purpose, faith, and calling. But let me ask you something uncomfortable. Where is the fruit? Because from the outside, it looks impressive. But on the inside, you're tired. You're frustrated. You're secretly suffering. You're saying all the right things, yet nothing in your life is being fed by it. Not your peace, not your finances, not your relationships, not your joy. You talk a big game, but when pressure shows up, discipline disappears. When pruning is required, excuses take over. And when it's time to produce, all that's there are leaves. If that just hit a nerve, good. Because this message isn't for people who sound strong. It's for people who are ready to be strong. Stay with me, because this video might explain why you look alive, but feel empty. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever abides in me and I in him, he is that bears much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. This is to my Father's glory, that you bear much fruit, showing yourselves to be my disciples. John 15, 5-8. It is early morning. The air is cool. The city of Jerusalem still quiet, and Jesus Christ is walking the road with his disciples. Dust clings to their sandals. The day ahead is heavy with confrontation, but for now, there is movement. There's purpose. Ahead of them stands a fig tree. From a distance, it looks alive. Its branches are full. Its leaves are wide, green, confident, almost loud in the promise. This is not a barren tree. This is a performing tree. Jesus approaches it. He draws near enough to touch it, close enough to search its branches. Not casually, but intentionally. Leaves rustle in the morning breeze as his hands move through them. And then the truth is exposed. Nothing. No figs. No early fruit. No nourishment. No substance. Just leaves. The disciples are watching now. The moment slows. This isn't about hunger, it's about revelation. And then Jesus speaks. Not angrily, not theatrically, but with authority that lands like a verdict. May no one ever eat fruit from you again. The words hang in the air. The tree still looks the same, but something has shifted. Judgment doesn't always announce itself with noise. Sometimes it simply withdraws away. So they walk on. The next day they pass the same place. The fig tree is still standing, but now it's unmistakable. It is withered from the roots up, not dying, dead, exposed. What looked alive was now hollow. What promised nourishment now has none. What occupied space without purpose could no longer remain. This wasn't cruelty to nature. This was a living parable. Jesus was revealing a truth that cuts deep. Appearance is not fruit. Language is not obedience. Activity is not transformation. A system, a person, or a life can be full of leaves, busy, impressive, visible, yet produce nothing that feeds, heals, or restores anyone. The fig tree wasn't punished for being weak. It was judged for being false. And that's what makes this story confrontational, even now, because the question it leaves us with is uncomfortable and unavoidable. If someone came close enough to inspect your life, would they be nourished or disappointed? That's why this story still stops people mid-sentence, not because of the tree, but because we recognize ourselves in the leaves. Here's the comparison: clear, honest, and gentle. For instance, there's the appearance of activity without consistency. There are traders who are constantly in the market. Charts open, alerts firing, trades placed almost daily. On the surface, it looks like commitment. It looks like discipline. It looks like experience. But when you step back and ask the harder question, what is the activity actually producing? The answer is often unclear. Fruit in trading isn't how busy you are. It's whether your actions compound into stability, clarity, and confidence. If months pass and your account, psychology, and decision-making all look the same or worse, then the activity is just leaves. This is the moment to pause and ask whether motion has replaced mastery. And that leads us to the next uncomfortable truth. Big language, small results. Many traders can explain Fibonacci, indicators, market structure, and macro narratives with confidence. They sound seasoned. They sound convincing, especially to beginners. But fruit doesn't show up in vocabulary. It shows up in execution under pressure. If your trading language keeps growing, but your results stay fragile, something is misaligned. Knowledge is meant to settle you, not inflate you. When you know a lot but still panic, chase, or freeze, it's a signal, not of failure, but of something that hasn't integrated yet. Fruit forms when understanding becomes embodied, not just spoken, which brings us to what happens emotionally. Emotional exhaustion instead of peace becomes your future. Have you ever experienced emotional exhaustion instead of peace? Healthy fruit in trading shows up as calm, not excitement, not adrenaline. Calm. When every trading day leaves you mentally drained, irritable, or doubting yourself, that's not the cost of ambition. It's the cost of misalignment. Markets are demanding, yes, but they are not meant to consume your nervous system. If trading feels like survival instead of strategy, your system is telling you something important. Fruit includes emotional regulation, resilience, and recovery. If those aren't increasing, something needs to be re-examined. And often, the reason lies in how decisions are made. Do you make reactive choices instead of intentional ones? A trader bearing fruit knows why they entered, why they exited, and why they stood aside. A trader without fruit often knows only that they reacted. Again, to a candle, to a comment, to a feeling, reaction feels urgent, intention feels boring. But fruit grows in intention. If most of your trades are responses to discomfort rather than adherence to a plan, you're not trading. You're soothing anxiety. And anxiety never compounds. It only repeats itself. This pattern often hides behind another common pain: account growth that doesn't match the time invested. You see, time is a seed. If you've been trading for years and your account still feels fragile, unpredictable, or dependent on luck, that's not bad luck. It's feedback. Fruit shows up as proportional growth, not just financially, but structurally. This isn't about overnight success. It's about honest yield. What has your time produced? If your answer is confusion, inconsistency, or avoidance of your own statements, the market isn't the enemy. It's the mirror. The mirror often reflects a deeper issue: avoidance of structure and accountability. Fruit requires structure, period. Traders who resist rules, journaling, levels, or review often call it freedom. But freedom without structure rarely produces fruit. It produces chaos. If you quietly avoid tracking your trades, reviewing losses, or committing to a repeatable process, it's worth asking, why? Avoidance isn't laziness, though. It's protection. Protection from disappointment. Protection from seeing yourself clearly, but clarity is the soil fruit grows in. which leads to the final and most personal feeling of all, identity tied to hope instead of identity tied to evidence. Some traders are still living on potential, on what could happen, on the trade that will turn around. Hope is powerful, but fruit is visible. If your confidence relies more on future imagination than present evidence, you're standing under leaves again. This isn't condemnation, it's invitation. Fruit doesn't shame the tree, it reveals what's been nurtured. The market isn't asking you to be perfect, it's asking you to be honest. Honest about what's working, what's not, and what you're willing to change. If this steers something in you, that's not an accident. This isn't about doing more, it's about producing differently. The gentlest question the market ever asks is also the most confronting. What is your trading actually feeding? Your growth or your illusions? You're not broken and you're not behind. If trading has felt confusing, exhausting, or inconsistent, that doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means you've been trying to grow fruit in soil that hasn't been tended to yet. Many traders were taught strategies but never taught stewardship of emotions, timing, patience, or self-trust. If you're still standing, still learning, still searching, that alone tells me something good is already alive in you. There's nothing weak about admitting that what you tried hasn't produced the fruit you hoped for. That kind of honesty is strength. Growth doesn't start with confidence, it starts with clarity. And clarity often comes after frustration. So if you felt the tension between what you know and what you experience, that's not failure. That's the invitation to mature. You don't need more noise, more indicators, or more opinions. What you need is alignment between belief and behavior, between patience and execution, between faith and discipline. Fruit forms when those things stop fighting each other. And the fact that you're still seeking tells me you're ready for a shift. The time really is now. Not because the market is perfect, but because you're still here. Delay doesn't protect you anymore. It just keeps you circling the same lessons. You don't have to wait until you feel ready. Readiness comes after commitment, not before it. The market will always expose what we avoid, but it also rewards what we finally face. That's why we created the Trading Bible Study, not to preach at you, but to walk with you. This is a space where trading meets wisdom, where charts meet character, and where faith grounds decision-making instead of bypassing it. It's not about religion. It's about rooting your trading in principles that actually work. It's about rooting your trading in principles that actually hold under pressure. So if you've been craving a place where you can learn without shame, reflect without rushing, and grow without pretending, this is your invitation. You don't have to produce overnight. You just have to plant yourself where growth is possible. If this message spoke to you, don't scroll past it. Comment below. Let your presence be known. Like this video so it reaches someone else who's quietly struggling. Subscribe so you stay connected as we keep building together. And if you're ready to grow fruit that actually lasts, join us in the Trading Bible Study. Don't see me there, beat me there. You've got this. Peace and blessings, Dr. O.